Welcome to The Better Life with Dr. Mary Ann Pinkston. Join Dr. Pinkston today as she teaches you how an integrative approach to health, combining holistic and contemporary medical information, can lead you to the better life. And now, here's your host, Dr. Mary Ann Pinkston.
Hey, happy Sunday to you. Welcome to my new show. I am so excited to bring you a different step in Dr. Pinkston Radio. And before we did just a radio show, and now I am here on YouTube and podcasting and trying to get more information out to more people. I also want to thank PD Labs for bringing me to Sirius XM and iHeartRadio. So looking forward to a whole new era. So my new series is going to explain a little bit about integrative medicine and my role in bringing integrative and contemporary medicine together, which, deserves a nice little definition. Integrative medicine is something that people really aren't truly aware of and can give you more of a natural view of medicine and a holistic view. And I bring it together with contemporary medicine where you bring in the old prescription pad and write a prescription for a patient. And I think that there's much more to medicine that doctors can give you. And I want to take things to a new level. I have been a family practice physician for 21 years here in San Antonio. And have, moved to various locations, had a lot of different things that I've done, from anti-aging and regenerative medicine to stem cell and peptide therapies, also to natural hormone replacement therapy. And I also will work with patients on thyroid disorders, diabetes, and do general physicals and health and wellness and all of those things that patients generally go to their family practice doctor for. Colds, coughs, viruses, COVID, all of those things. So I do a lot of that. There was a time, though, in about 10 years into my practice where I began to go down a road that my patients were going down. So patients would come in and talk to me about something that they were feeling, and they looked normal, they sound normal. We would do a whole panel of labs, and their labs would be normal. But patients would seemingly go to bed normal one day and wake up the next day with this set of mystery symptoms and mystery illnesses. Most of the time it was extreme fatigue and inability to get up and get going in the morning, but also a lot of joint pain and achiness and inability to, think well and just be well. And I think patients have gotten to a point now where they've accepted this as a new normal. And I know that happened to me as well. And I would go to a local physician of mine and sit in front of them, get a large panel of labs. Everything would be completely normal and be in tremendous amount of pain and look normal. And doctors would look at me like, this is all normal. I guess it's really all in your head. I even had a physician suggest to me that I see a psychiatrist. That was demeaning and very demoralizing. And I got to this point where I did not want patients to experience that feeling any longer, certainly not from me. So I went into a whole different set of education called Integrative Medicine. And that is where, yes, I do learn a lot about more natural, holistic ways of treating patients. Sounds a little hokey, been called a quack, it wouldn't be the first time. But there's a huge amount of science-based evidence behind this type of therapy for patients in natural. I think if you go to the basics of your body and feed it correctly and treat it correctly, if you can balance your hormones, if you can balance your nutrition and balance your stress has a lot to do with it, and that was my downfall. But if you can get back to those basics and rebuild your body again, I think you can get back to a level of good living and stop accepting this new normal that I think a lot of patients have had to overcome. I didn't want to do it. In fact, I have rheumatoid arthritis, was diagnosed almost 15 years ago, and after the birth of my third child, my son. And I had woken up one day with all this joint pain and swelling and began to go down this process of being punted from doctor to doctor, and you're normal or you're not normal or it's this or it's that. it was a horrible 3 or 4 years until I finally found my great physician, Dr. Pendleton Wickersham, and got appropriately diagnosed and treated. But that process led me to get into a whole study, and this study of evidence-based medicine and science that was outside of contemporary medical school, where I could apply things that I did learn from medical school, because it's very valid and very real, but it's more of an algorithm and a recipe, and I don't believe that we are all the same, and I don't believe we should be treated all the same. So if you can sit with your doctor and your doctor listens to you long enough, you're going to tell your doctor what's wrong with you. And if you can go back to the basics and reteach your body its nutritional value and its exercise and eating right, and I know you hear that over and over and over again. Those are some of the topics that I'm going to cover as we go through this process and as I take you down this YouTube and radio land process and teach you the things that I have learned to treat myself, but also to treat my patients. And this is what I do in my clinic. And so I know for some of you that are just joining, I'm Dr. Dr Pinkston, and I am an integrative and family practice physician here in San Antonio for over 21 years. And so I started this radio and program to educate and bring resources and a better life to my patients and to anyone, not only my patients, but to anyone that is in need and needs a different resource and a different road to do that. I have a few people that I really want to thank for this. So Ron, Aaron, and Gina Eisenberg, and everybody here at KLUP, and people who are going to kind of bring me to this new platform, and I'm very excited about this. I'm going to be talking a little bit more in a few minutes about what I do and what this process of integrative medicine is and how you can find me. But I'm also going to talk a little bit about some anti-aging and some fun stuff too. So we're not going to get lost in the thickness of medicine. We are going to get a little bit pretty too, because I am 51. I'm very proud of that. So I feel like I've done a good job. One thing you need to know about me is in that process of rheumatoid arthritis, took a lot of steroids, had a lot of stress, ate really bad. I did all the same things you guys do out there too. I gained up to 300 pounds, and I lost 162 pounds of those in a year and 2 months. And I worked very hard to put my life back together. So I know what I'm talking about, and I know how to help you do this. So that is what we're going to accomplish. And I'm so thankful that you guys are joining me. I want to speak a little bit about my med spa, which no, I'll have a commercial break here in a moment, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But I am a medical director for a medical spa here in town, Dolce Beauty and Laser, run by Ahmed Abdul-Baki and Lisa Trinquier, who have taken very good care of me and kept me looking 20 when I'm really 51. But I really do appreciate their time and effort and sponsors that have put into this. Also for PD Labs, Ray Solano up in Austin, Texas, runs a fantastic compounding pharmacy lab. And I am very grateful that these guys are going to help bring me to this new platform and get going. So when we come back, I am going to talk to you about being a survivor and some of the things that I've done and a little bit about integrative medicine again. And so join me around the corner. The term beauty is only skin deep takes a new meaning when you find a medical spa that works one-on-one with your individual needs in a safe, relaxing atmosphere. And with medical spa on every corner, why would Dolce Beauty and Laser be different? Owner Lisa Trinquier has designed the ultimate medical spa experience. Botox fillers, laser hair removal, facials, weight loss, body sculpting lasers, and infrared sauna and more, your body and anti-aging experience is waiting. Our injector specialist has greater than 10 years of experience, more than any other injector in San Antonio. And with me, Dr. Pinkston, as medical director, we provide the ultra-innovative experience. Go to dolcebl.com, that's DOLCEBL.com, and contact us for a free consult and 10% off your first service. call 210-686-0505. We are located off I-10 on Camp Bullis Road in North San Antonio at 6865 Camp Bullis Road. Are you tired, overweight, can't sleep? Have you lost your normal zest for life or miss your ability to remember? Desire more energy, a better sex life? Don't accept your new normal any longer? Hello, I'm Dr. Marianne Pinkston with Pinkston Medical and Wellness Clinic. At my clinic, I provide a passionate attitude and atmosphere of renewed hope and a refreshing combination of holistic and contemporary medicine. I will redesign your health as a specialist of natural hormone replacement therapy, weight loss, chronic disease management, and health and wellness, taking the term primary care physician to a new level. With 21 years of experience and having lost 162 pounds personally, dealing with a chronic illness, I can help you attain the better life and redefine your new normal and health. Please join me each Sunday at 4 p.m. for my radio, YouTube, and podcast series, The Better Life with Dr. P, on KLUP 930, The Answer. Find all my series info at drpbetterlife.com or call 210-698-7825 or find me at pinkstonfamilypracticesa.com. Okay, coming back. I am happy to be here and joining you from KLUP today in San Antonio, Texas, and starting a whole new venture in radio and YouTube and trying to bring some information back to people who are looking to improve their life, get a better life, and change their health, all for the better, of course. And so I'm Dr. Marianne Pinkston. I have a 21-year history here in San Antonio, Texas, family practice and integrative medicine. So, and coming back, I wanted to talk a little bit about integrative medicine. And for those of you who may have missed the first half, integrative medicine, and some have called it functional medicine in the past. And if you have heard of some of the people who have, the doctors who have, spread the frontier of integrative medicine, Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Josh Axe, Dr. Jeffrey Bland, Dr. Joseph Mercola. These are some of the people who have definitely led the way and opened up a whole new world for me, not only in knowledge, but in the ability to sit here and do this. They have forged ahead and made this a wonderful opportunity. So integrative medicine is more of a holistic style. A lot of folks, and I know coming out of medical school, I was one of them certainly, that said, well, this is a quack way to practice medicine, and that these doctors are, they just bring natural. They don't have a good education, and these are things that I thought as well. And it's absolutely completely the opposite. When I went to my first conference out in Las Vegas, it was the first time I'd ever been to Vegas. I was 48 years old, if you can imagine. Somebody had never been to Vegas before until 48. That was me. And went out there, and when I first heard these presenters, I had a very closed mind. But when I heard these presenters and they began to talk, they began to reference research material and evidence-based medicine from the pharmaceutical industry, from the nutrition industry, from the industry that traditionally brought traditional medicine to me from medical school. And I was shocked and surprised because I thought that I was going to go hear a lot of people who made up a lot of stuff. I really did. I know that's what people think about integrative medicine. I thought so too. And I was really shocked and in awe of how much scientific basis there is behind it. So it is a natural way of doing things. And I think integrative means you bring things together. So you bring temporary medicine together of what I learned in medical school, and then you bring a whole other style and of more natural, holistic treatment and therapies. And you bring those two together. And I think you can definitely bring patients to a different level. And as I spoke of before, patients have started to understand their lives that there is a new normal. And that new normal is, I'm stressed, I can't wake up, I can't get out of bed, I don't have time to work out, I don't have time to eat right, I've got kids, I've got people to take care of, work, a busy life, and you're just go, go, go all the time. And there is no self-care. There is no downtime. There is no ability for your body to rest. People do not sleep well. And I could go on and on and on. And this is something that I know you experience. I know I experience. None of us are immune to it. But there is a better life and a better way to fix these problems. And so that's what I'm going to spend some time doing over how long these guys are going to let me stay here and do this. Then I'm going to sit here and do it. And the topics that I'll talk about are going to be all of the topics that you are interested in, from things like hormone therapy, where there are so many myths and so many, false ideas of what's real, and, it causes cancer. It causes you to be sick. It's illegal. It's, expensive. Those are all myths and fallacies that I definitely want to put away, all the way to diabetes, thyroid disorders, weight loss, anti-aging, and autoimmune. So lately, autoimmunity has become a huge issue of a lengthy list of chronic diseases. I recently referenced a catalog of chronic diseases that are just stated as autoimmune. It was the tiniest little print you can imagine. It was 7 pages of it on an 8 by 11 sheet of paper. And it was just page after page after page. And our bodies are breaking down and reacting to our lack of self-care, our high stress, our lack of eating well, our inability to sleep and go down and get rest at night. Our hormones are disappearing. Our environment is fighting us. And so all of these factors collide and bring down your health and force you to spin around one day, wake up and say, oh my goodness, there's got to be a better way to do this and a better life out there. And again, that's what I keep bringing that up, because that is the source of what we need to do. I want to do that for you. I will give you a little bit of information about my clinic. So I own Pinkston Medical and Wellness Clinic. We are at 10865 Shanefield Road. That is in Northwest San Antonio, almost West San Antonio. It's way the heck out there, but it is a lovely little shopping center. We're at the very back, very humble little beginning. I have got a fantastic staff and a fantastic atmosphere that is very welcoming, and we get you going from the very second you walk in the clinic. I've got my own laboratory encased in the office. We draw your labs, and I sit and spend time with my patients. I am not always known to be on time and perfect with that, but everybody that comes knows that they get their time with Dr. Pinkston. And I will go over all your labs and teach you as much as possible. This is a teaching moment. This is not a sit and preach at my patient's moment. This is a teaching moment. And it's an opportunity for you to be heard and for you to take your health and the way you feel to the next level. I am not one to be dissuaded by questions. People go on Google. I know Google has an MD these days and a degree, but I don't mind being questioned. And so it's an open dialogue, and I want patients to feel comfortable and bring their problems in and feel that there's a place and a process to work on these things and get better. So I do a lot of natural hormone replacement. I'm going to spend a lot of time on that in my future programs. And also going to give you a little bit of background about me. I think that I've got kind of an interesting history. So back in my 4th year of medical school, I was actually accepted to the NASA space program and didn't get to go. They wanted me to finish a year of residency. So I finished a year of residency, met my now ex-husband, but still business partner and friend, and got married, opened up my office, finished residency, opened up my office here in San Antonio. I am one of the last surviving solo practitioners. I think there's a few of us still out there, but I'm definitely one of the last ones. I am not owned by a corporation. I work for myself, therefore I follow my own rules. I do what's right by people, and I work with insurances, but I'm your advocate. I will fight your insurance if I need to. There are, recipes and algorithms, and I think that the insurance industry has pushed us all into accepting this algorithm and treating each patient the same because somewhere a study said this worked, and I do not practice that way. My patients are individuals. I'm an individual. I don't want to be treated that way. I don't want you to be treated that way. I was here in San Antonio at the Health Science Center and graduated from the Christus Santa Rosa Family Practice Residency Program. I did all that in family practice, and then I went to more into integrative medicine after being out for 10 years. And I have over 10,000 teaching hours. I work with a lot of medical students, nurse practitioners, DO students, physician assistants, have over 10,000 hours of teaching. And I have over 15 years of solid, steady hours in studying contemporary and integrative medicine and new therapies and going with the cutting edge. There is a lot of new things out there. The United States tends to be 20 years behind in our offerings of therapies and new ideas. Europe is 20 years ahead, and they have run the path for us and now know what's right and wrong about all these therapies and treatments. So it is not experimental anymore. And so these are things that I've learned. And so stem cell, peptide therapy, again, these are going to be shows that I'll broaden your horizons on and teach you a lot about. And mystery medicine is what a lot of people call it. But also then got into the anti-aging and regenerative medicine fields, which I'm trying to finish up my fellowship in. I owned a med spa, Wellness for Life, for approximately 3 years and provided a lot of weight loss. That's where I started my weight loss journey and lost 162 pounds. I hope to do a fitness competition, so wish me luck on that one because of mom and a business and this and everything. Let's see if I can fit all that in, and that's my challenge. So if I've said it to you now, you know I've got to do it. But try to do a fitness competition. So lately, I've had some honors. I was named one of San Antonio's best female doctors by SA Scene magazine. I'm going to be featured soon in San Antonio or SA Monthly magazine. And as a local successful businesswoman for 2021. And doing all of this, I have had rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune hepatitis, a severe neuropathy from all the medications and things that I've had to take. And I've been a survivor of a lot of incredible stressors and business issues and logistics that I hope not to discuss at some point, but definitely have a survival mentality. And I think that we all go through that. I am not special and singled out in any other way, except I've been very lucky to been given a platform and hopefully a talent to bring this to you and teach you something and spread the message and the word. And that is my true intent and my only mission at this point, and to take care of patients here in San Antonio. I will mention also the med spa, Dolce, Beauty and Laser. Lisa Trinquier runs this. This is at 6865 Camp Bullis Road. And is all of this is going to be available on my website, which we'll announce the end, but it's drpbetterlife.com. You can also find more information about me at PinkstonFamilyPracticeSA.com. You can reach me at my clinic at 210-698-7825. And I also have an email that you can reach me. Contact@PinkstonSA.com is our general information email that Jennifer, my office manager, and I both see several times a day, every day. So you can always send your questions. The other thing I would love for people to do is send me, questions are always wonderful. I cannot give you direct medical advice. I am not your doctor. I always want you to go back to your physician and do what's right and follow your physician. But you can always take information that I give you, certainly, and ask those questions. And the information's general. It's out there. Anybody can get it. But I'll organize it for you and help you understand it a lot more. But I also want for you to send me any topics you want to hear about. I would love to know what people want to hear about. And the accolades and the criticisms are open to you too. I would love to hear about more about what you want to hear about and don't want to hear about is fine. And again, I thank KOUP and 930 The Answer for having me on and bringing this to you. We will be going over some topics in the near future. I hope to bring to you next week a wonderful lady by the name of Jacqueline Smith with the Jacqueline Smith Foundation, who has a volleyball tournament coming up for vets and support of our veterans here in San Antonio. Jacqueline will be joining me on our next show. And so until then, I hope to bring you the better life. And so go out and get it. Thank you very much.
You've been enjoying The Better Life with Dr. Mary Ann Pinkston. For more information, go to drpthebetterlife.com. That's drpthebetterlife.com. And listen next week for The Better Life with Dr. Pinkston.